Oh, hello. This is Stefan from Player One, and we're doing another video commentary. This is pre-recorded, and I'm just doing a commentary over it. This is Bomberman 64, the Wii U Virtual Console version. This is one of my favorite games from my childhood. So it's just an intro video. Yeah, I mean, you can only get this on the Wii U, as far as I know. I don't think they've released on the Wii, which, I mean, the Wii Virtual Console is dead anyway, so it doesn't even matter. It's Artemis, that's Orion, Regulus, big bad guy is Altair, and there's Sirius. So Sirius is your ally at the start, and the rest are all the big baddies. So Bomberman 64, also known as Baku Bomberman in Japan. This is different from the other Bomberman games, which are very multiplayer focused. As you can see, there is an adventure mode, and I think I'm quite good at this game. So for the first time, I actually managed to get unlock the last two worlds, especially the last one, which I didn't even know about until a few years ago. This is one of those games where you need to do 100% before you get more content, get like the true ending of the game. I mean, the game's been out for a while, you know, I don't want to spoil it, but you know, I mean, I'll try not to. So basic story is all those dudes with really interesting, you know, names, star names or whatever. They want to drain energy from planet Bomber. And I guess they already have other planets already kind of chained to the Black Fortress, which you will see soon. And this cube, the Omni Cube, I think, is one of the sources of all their power. It's his weapon, so he drains planets' energy using this. Yeah, the leaders of space pirates, just like Altair is leader of the space pirates, just like in Metroid. So there you go, there's Planet Bomber. Yeah, you know, just a floating fortress that just happens to chain 4 other worlds. Yeah, that's interesting. So in the game, you have to complete all worlds, and that allows you to destroy the chains, and once you destroy all 4, you can go and tackle Black Fortress. And then there's these gold cards, and once you collect all the gold cards, you can actually unlock a different, another world after Black Fortress. Once again, I said I didn't even know about that until years after I started renting this game. Whoa, yeah, this got violent pretty quickly. Yeah, so as a kid, I used to rent this game at Blockbuster or Video Easy, remember those? And then I found out years later, just like kind of looking up the game after ages. I was like, oh, there's a new retro world that I remember seeing and hearing about, but I didn't actually know you could access it without like a secret code or like some game shard or something. I thought it was hidden. So here's your ally, Sirius. He's got an interesting role in the story. You'll find out if you unlock the final world. Yeah, he's an interesting character there. Right, so as you guys know, Bomberman is usually a multiplayer game. Kind of, if you think about like the Worms franchise, you know, sometimes they tack on a story mode or adventure mode or one-player mode, but there isn't really much of a story. You know, you just pick up the game to play multiplayer. And this and the other two N64 games, Bomberman Hero and Bomberman 64: The Second Attack, which is a sequel to this game, you know, did a little adventure mode. Some other Bomberman games have had adventure modes as well, but most of them, they eventually go back to the multiplayer. Because I think there's like a perception, you can't have Bomberman without multiplayer. And this game does have multiplayer, Bomberman Hero does not. This one does, but I guess it doesn't really... I mean, it catches the spirit of the Bomberman multiplayer games, but, you know, it's just not quite there. It's still fun though. So in this, those items here actually allow you to plant more bombs at once, and the explosions would be bigger too if you collect those items. So this is one of the most creative levels. There's actually lots of hidden stuff secret onto this one, way more than almost any of the other stages. So this is a fun one to explore. Every level or stage has a different task. Usually, sometimes I think it's just get to the end. So this one particular one, you have to get a crystal that's basically locked down, and you get these green things here, and then it creates light, and then you can unlock the crystal. So that goes up there. Yep, there it is. So that's the crystal. So you got to step on all 4 of those. Yeah, and some of the other ones, you know, it's simply just get from A to B. So this is the serious guy again, and you know, he teaches you stuff. So in this one, you lift bombs and you throw bombs, and it's a bit of like a yeah, it's more about puzzle solving in this one. So you know, he does serious tutorials for you in this first level. You can also do like a pumped bomb, which is pretty cool. So Bomberman just seems to have the magical power of making bombs bigger, as you can see here. So you can use that to destroy this bridge. Get around the comments below if you guys played this game as a kid. You know, if you have the Wii U, give it a download. I think it's... Look, it's not the best game. Obviously, there's like a lot of nostalgia here, but I do enjoy it. I think it's very well made. I think it's underrated. I hope, you know, I hope maybe they remaster it. I can't really think of any like major flaws in the game. You know, like, you know, you can think of some games like, I don't know, say like the first Silent Hill or something, which had those tank controls. You know, those are really, really outdated mechanics, because, you know, Resident Evil 2, the remake, came out and it pretty much just proved you don't need those tank controls for survival horror games to be good. So that's a fatal flaw in the game. I can't really think of any fatal flaws this game has other than underwhelming multiplayer. Yeah, so you walk between those 2 areas. You can blow up those pots, and you're serious again. Oh yeah, bomb jump. So there's a bit of a physics thing. This was doing kind of physics puzzles before Portal was. I mean, kind of. I wouldn't say it's a physics puzzle, but there is a bit of physics involved. I think you use a pumped bomb and you can destroy them. I think I incorrectly thought you could get the heart from this. You cannot. Yep, so you can use a pump bomb, or you can throw this on top. Yeah, there you go, just like that, and you get this crystal. And I think if you get 50 or 100, they give you an extra life or something. So there's the third one. You know, the music in this game is really good, actually. This is a really charming song. I do feel like a lot of today's games... yeah, I'm losing my voice, yeah. My throat is really sore. I feel like a lot of today's games, sometimes, you know, they're not quite... The tunes aren't quite as memorable. I guess, you know, because they're trying to make orchestra... they have an orchestra now, so you can't really do... You don't really do, like, the catchy melody sort of things like this game has with MIDIs. Yep, so now this is unlocked, and go, and that's how you complete the level. So as you can see, you could probably just speed run this really quickly, just going to those 4 points. It's really simple. Yeah, so that's the items you can collect. There's quite a few. You know, you can get the one that gives you red bombs, and red bombs have a much bigger explosion, and I think just in general they're stronger, so they'll be able to kill more enemies or destroy more things that the normal bombs can't. I think I was trying to destroy that little round thing because I know you get the hearts from that, but I was like, I can't be bothered. So that's the game. I'm going to go back into my other file. I'll go to Blue Resort. So as you can see, I played this for about, if you want 100%, not 100% because I didn't 100% the final area, but if you want to unlock the final area, yeah, you could probably do it in about 7 or so hours. So yeah, it's not a very long game. If you want to just complete it like normal, you could probably do it in like 3 to 4 hours, I imagine, maybe even less. So here's one of the bosses. this is the second mini boss, and I absolutely fail at this because I forgot that because you remember in the very first stage, I got the arms that made your bombs have bigger explosions and the ability to put more bombs down at once. And because I just started this new, I don't have this. So basically, I could just go into any stage, get those power-ups, and then just quit, and then come back, and then have it. So as you can see, the bomb explosion is really small. And there was a heart there, and I missed it. Oh, she got it. So, like, I'm actually just really nervous here. Yeah. This is like one of the easiest bosses in the game, but I failed at it. Oh, didn't get that heart. You gonna blow yourself up? Yep. And I'm trying to get the heart. Got it. Yep, so this allows you an extra hit basically. It's, you know, it's like the rings in Sonic. Get an extra hit, as long as you have it. You can't get extra hearts, so you only get one. Yeah, so I used to rent this a lot from Video Easy and Blockbuster back in the day. I never owned it, not until now. Bomberman Hero is also another game that I think a lot of people didn't like it. I guess once again because it didn't have a Bomberman multiplayer, but I still think it was a fun game. Although to be fair, I haven't really played it in years. So maybe it's one of those things where if I played it, it might be fun. And I hope to one day play Bomberman 64 The Second Attack, which was not released in Europe or Australia. Yep, game over, swipe. Absolutely failed at this. Useless continues in games. That's the other thing I hate. This game doesn't need really continues or live systems at all. Doesn't really add anything or just an annoyance. So I'm going to go to White Glacier here. And oh yes, this I remember now. I recorded this last night. This was another failed attempt to get some more items. So this is one of the final stages. So as you can see, the goal here is once again A to B. Although there is some combat at the end of the level, if I recall. So it looks like not only does this Altio guy with Black Fortress, not only does he absorb energy, but he also must steal technology too, because, you know, this place is, you know, it's quite technologically advanced. You know, they got a decent public transport, you know, it's no, you know, it's not Japan, but, you know, it's a bit unsafe. Probably better than most of Australia. You know, I'm from Melbourne, we're getting delays constantly, and, you know, these seem to be going just fine. Oh, man. Oops. Yeah, I kind of got stuck here and I was like, oh, yeah, give up. Couldn't remember how to do this. Yep, so this is what I was saying before, which was you just go into the first level and you just start getting the power-ups from here. Yeah, because right now I can only put down 2 bombs. Well, no, 3, I guess. Yep, so the orange one, the flame, gives you more power, and the bomb there allows you to put more bombs at once. Yep, so explosion is slightly bigger. Yeah, I could have gotten a heart there, but I was like, nah. So I went to White Glacier because I knew that Regulus was kind of easy, even though he's, I guess, supposed to be the 4th mini-boss. So he should be hard. But this was actually really, really easy. It's almost embarrassing for him, because Regulus is one of the few characters that really has, I mean, the one we versed before, Artemis, and also the Green one, Orion, they don't really have like a major role in this game. Regulus actually has some dialogue. So I mean, spoiler alert, he doesn't actually die. All the other ones die after you bomb them. Yeah. Yeah, you're underestimating me, mate, to just kick a few bombs at you. Wow, so terrible. Yep, so this is, spoiler alert again, this is the Rainbow Palace. That's the stage you unlock. So see those gold cards? There's 5 gold cards in each stage and for each boss challenge. If you get every single card up to that point before Rainbow Palace, that's how you unlock Rainbow Palace. You have to beat the final boss of Black Fortress again. But yeah, I didn't know, and I remember I saw the Rainbow Palace in the credits, game credits back in the day, but I didn't know you could actually access it through normal means of the game. Yeah, so this is one of the bosses in there. Spellmaker. I think I've only beaten this once, like several months ago. Yeah, I couldn't exactly remember how to beat it in the first few minutes of this. Then I realized, yeah, you just throw bombs and hope that it happens to hit it. Anyway, I won't tell you the story of what happens or why you're at Rainbow Palace. I'll let you know, you can go and spoil the story for yourself, or you can go play the game yourself. So yeah, there you go. I have a heart now. So, I mean, if we go back to the Sonic example, if you're playing a boss in Sonic, think of the difference between if you have one ring versus when you have no ring. If you don't have a ring, you know, you're trying to be really careful. Whereas you have at least one ring, you should be fine as long as you get the ring back. Yep, so that's when I realized, okay, now you can, yeah, just have attacks as long as it hits it. Not the hand. You have no idea what this Spellmaker, what the relationship to the final boss is. But whatever. Yeah, it's quite a difficult one, but I guess the hardest one is probably the Black Fortress mini boss, which is in stage 2. That's probably the hardest boss in the game, I think. The final boss. I don't think final boss of Black Fortress or Rainbow Palace are that difficult. Well done, Bomberman. Oh, by the way, I understand why they kind of block off this Rainbow Palace until you get all the gold cards. And the reason is the actual stages, so stage 1 and stage 3, are actually kind of a gimmick. So I said before, there's like physics puzzles where you use your bomb jump. So you put bombs on the ground, and then you go onto like a higher ledge, and then you jump on all the bombs, and you basically just go bounce off it to reach a new height. So you can kind of stack them, and then you can reach higher ledges. The last two in Rainbow Palace is basically just doing that. So you've got to figure out how to get onto higher ground, and it's actually not that fun. You know, it makes you feel smart, but it's not really that fun. It's not really much of an action game. Anyway, this is a bit of the multiplayer. Yeah, I didn't realize this, but I accidentally I put all the not CPU, I left all the characters as human, and you can't pause to get out of it. It's like, oh, okay. Whoops. So they're all like players. Anyway, look. Yeah, I had to reset to get out of there. Anyway, I won't show any more of that. I'll end it there. Thanks for watching Bomberman 64. It's a very fun game. You know, get it on the Virtual Console on the Wii U if you have one. You probably don't. But if you have a chance to play it, if you're interested in kind of retro games, I highly recommend giving it a look. And if you're a Bomberman fan, you know, I think there's a lot to like here in general. I think the adventure mode is a lot of fun. I think it's aged pretty well. Alright, thanks guys. This is Player One. Let's in.